Our global waste output is projected to rise to about 3 billion tonnes a year, and that's just domestic refuse. In Ireland, our householders produce 1.5 million tonnes of municipal waste. Over 2/3 of this ends up in landfill. This waste comes from the products we consume and the packaging they come in. So how did we get to this level of waste production? Susan from Knockline has done her weekly shop and has agreed to separate her packaging from her food.
Duncan, I've just unpacked my weekly shopping and you'll be shocked at the amount of packaging.
My God. Susan, I'm amazed. Are you shocked by this?
I am actually, yes. When you actually divide the two and, you know, see it in front of you, I'm very surprised.
But an awful lot of these products too are very small. I mean, you get small containers, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
Something like this, if you buy it in large, it can be as little as 1/3 of the cost than when you buy it in a small container.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about this?
Well, I think with a lot of the stuff, with the likes of vegetables like tomatoes and that, I mean, you can buy all these things loose. There's no need to put extra packaging on them. I mean, some of them are in containers like this and then plastic over them as well, which is an awful waste as well.
And a lot of the packaging our food comes in can't even be recycled. Like that now, for example. So when you put all this disposable waste into your black bin,
yeah,
that must be a big cost.
That's a cost as well, yeah, because obviously you have to pay now to have your black bin collected every week. So
how are you paying for it? How much?
€8. It's €8 yeah,
every time.
Every time, yes.
So that's a lot of money in the foot.
It is, yes, absolutely.
So what do you think this will do for you?
Well, it'll make me think twice when I'm shopping, and to stop and think when I'm buying something what can be recycled and what has to go into my normal black bin.
All packaging has an impact on the environment in its manufacture, transportation, and every aspect of its life cycle before it comes to our shops. Looking at supermarket shelves, we're confronted with the huge amount of packaging on items. There are various ways you can ensure that you end up with less packaging when you go shopping. Avoid ready meals. You're not just paying for the food, you're also paying for the cardboard box and the foil or plastic tray and the covering over the food. Buy in bulk where possible. For example, this large bottle instead of these 12 mini cans for the same product. So by shopping carefully, you would reduce excess packaging, which you would otherwise throw away. But what if the materials used to package our products didn't have such a negative effect on our environment? What if there was a groundbreaking solution to these packaging problems? At the forefront of research into plastic is Dr. Dennis Dowling of UCD. Dennis has been researching the creation of more eco-friendly plastics, including biodegradable ones.
The vast majority of them are manufactured from plant materials. We've all seen the corn on the cob. Literally, we can use the corn as a source of feedstock for making plastic parts. So, for example, things like this. It degrades under certain conditions. There are those which are compostable, which, in other words, they break down in the soil. For example, you can take the bag or container and place it in with your normal fruit and veg compost, and it will break down in that environment over a period of weeks, perhaps months.
However, there are some problems with these types of biodegradable and compostable plastics.
It's very important that we use raw materials that we're not also using as food. It would be far more useful to have a raw material. Generally, it's use of land that's not used for food production, lower quality land, and that raw material is wood.
However, believe it or not, there's a company right here in Ireland that could provide a major solution to most of the world's packaging problems. So Paul, I go to meet brothers David and Paul Clarkin at TLC Packaging in Dublin, who believe they've the answer to our packaging waste. David, you've got a very novel type of plastic here. Tell us about it.
Well, Duncan, it's not really a plastic. We would term this as possibly the closest thing to a clear paper. And this is the raw material that it actually is made from.
Cardboard?
It is literally a cardboard. It is a wood pulp, yes.
Incredible. So this is converted from this into a clear, transparent plastic?
Yes.
And does it behave the same as plastic?
It would do, absolutely. It looks like a plastic, acts like a plastic, works like a plastic, but it's paper.
And unlike a plastic, it's completely compostable. It will break down in just 6 weeks when you put it on your compost heap or in your brown bin.
So it means that it will break down literally anywhere.
David and Paul have also created a method of printing directly onto it that is completely non-toxic.
We can print on this product without contaminating the material, so therefore keeping its characteristics of being totally compostable.
This is our cleaner for cleaning.
Paul explained some more to me about how they managed to do this.
So Duncan, these are all the inks that we use, and the beauty of these inks is that they're all water-based, so there's no solvents in them.
And no toxic chemicals?
No toxicity at all. What we have here now, this is our wash-up unit, and for all intents and purposes, it's like a standard dishwasher. And every time we finish a print run, we can wash our ink troughs out. And the beauty of this is it's just pure water, nothing else, no solvents. We use water-based inks, water's going to clean water, and that's it.
No toxic chemicals, no solvents?
None whatsoever.
Fantastic, and that's just water, wastewater there?
That's just wastewater there.
Really good. The problem generally for more eco-friendly materials is that they're slightly more expensive than those that are already on the market. So how much cost extra would this wrapping be over the standard wrapping?
This would add to a retail pack about 2 or 3%.
But even this tiny extra cost is enough to stop them getting their product onto the market. I asked if perhaps a levy on manufacturers using these less eco-friendly products would help.
It would, because that would bring back a little bit of balance to us. If we can get our product closer to the price of the non-environmental products, we'll even become more appealing, not only to the larger manufacturers, but to the retailers, but very much to the consumer.
And this extra cost would only be temporary.
Once the volumes increase to a certain level, we can then start to see the costs coming down.
We as consumers and taxpayers pay hundreds of millions of euro each year towards the disposal of packaging waste. If a small levy was placed on all packaging based on its environmental impact, it would encourage manufacturers to change. Funds generated from this could be used to develop recycling facilities in Ireland. If a refund was placed on all drinks containers, like in most of Europe, it would help solve this litter problem too. Thanks for watching this series of EcoEye. Later this year we'll be back with a special documentary exploring the issues of the world's biggest challenge, global warming.